Hey everyone, I'm going to try to make a quick update for you guys. I've got a bit of chaos in my house and kids running around like crazy people and difficult to find a quiet second, but let me try to give you a quick update. So today is day 22, ride 14. So one of the things I want to talk about today is, what do you do when you start to ride your horse out and about and not just in an arena when you're training a horse? Something to keep in mind is that they're gonna be a lot worse out and about. We're talking 10 times worse than the level you have them in the arena and where you normally train them compared to out in a non-arena environment or like on the trail or something of that nature. So that was what I worked on with Sis today. I took her out of her environment, her normal environment, and I actually rode her in a paddock that she's used to. She's been in before with Princess, but she's never been ridden in there before. And so I started with groundwork. She was a little bit stiff, you know, not 100%, but she was listening and she was doing pretty good. And she was, you know, I got a little bit of a video clip for you of that and a small little video clip of her being ridden, but unfortunately my camera pooped out on us again and I think it got overheated, so I did not get a whole lot on video. So I'm gonna just try to give you the update and you can at least see the little bit of groundwork that she did. So what I started with her was some basic things she knew on the ground, and when she was relaxed on the ground, I went ahead and got on. We started with flexing, she did great, and then I moved on to bending. Now that was a mistake with Sis. Normally that is the exercise you would start with. It's something they know, it's something they've learned, it's a little more, you know, it's supposed to help get them listening and get them soft and supple, right? But for Sis, that particular exercise can be anxiety producing. And sometimes for her, she has to be in the right frame of mind for that exercise to be done well, because she can get anxious and she can get worried, and that exercise, yielding the hindquarters under saddle, those types of exercises, she has to be in the right frame of mind for her. It's just certain things that for her can cause anxiety. And so after that exercise didn't work out very well, I said, you know what, we need to dial this back all the way to one rein stops. Let's go back to something really basic. One rein stops and like follow the fence. And so that's what I did. And she improved, not as much as I would like. You know, she was still pretty stiff and not super relaxed for a large portion of the ride. But towards the end, we were doing straight lines from one post to another post just at a walk. After we'd done some canter work, we'd done some trot work, one rein stops, out of all those things. And then that end state was a relaxed walk and going from post to post relaxed. I was able to do some bending with her around some of the trees. And so I was really happy with our end point. We ended the ride with a good relaxed state of mind. And then we did some yield the hindquarters under saddle, and she actually made some great strides forward at the end of that particular lesson. When I got off of her, I backed her up to the hitching post, and she decided that that was a good time to not cooperate. Now, she didn't do anything silly. She just was like she wasn't backing away from my space. She was letting me probably get right up on top of her, and she was really dull and really not listening. And having had her run me over in the past, I took her to the round pen and I said, you know what, we're gonna work on this for a little bit. And we spent a little bit of time. Now in between, she had a little breather and a drink and all of those things, but this was the very end when I was ready to put her up. And so I took her back into the round pen on the ground, and we spent some time working on that respect and getting out of my space. And when I say get out of my space, you do it now. You know, I do not want you running over me. I do not want you running over my children. And I expect, with this issue having been an issue in the past, I expect you to get out of my space when I say so right now. I can't have a 1,000-pound animal not. And so again, she didn't do it great. She did better. So I said, you know, I got to leave it there. Better is all we can get today. And then we spent some time working on something she knew really well, flexing her head and neck and moving her shoulders and moving her hindquarters. Those are ones she knows well. She's really good at it. She doesn't worry her. And then I spent a little time just swinging the lead rope over her back and having her just relax at that point. And so all told, you know, it was a hard day. It was a hard ride. It was a hard training session. It's one of those training sessions where you feel like you went backwards instead of forwards, but it happens. It's part of the process, especially when you start shifting your environment. And so I'm trying to keep it in perspective. And for you guys watching, understand that, hey, it's not going to be always forward, full forward movement. You know, sometimes you have to backtrack. Sometimes, you know, it's a bad day. And so for her, it was a new environment. It was, you know, hey, they're going to be 10 times worse in this outside area. And that is what happened with us today. But again, we made forward movement from how she was for that environment. And that's still progress. That's still good stuff for her. That's still getting it sunk into her brain of, hey, it's okay out here too. It takes time. It takes a lot of time. And so I'm gonna show you the couple of clips I got. Nothing crazy today. Hopefully we'll get some better videos tomorrow for you guys. And we'll hopefully close out the week with a really another good ride. We had 2 amazing rides this week and then 2 not so great rides, but for their circumstances, it was still forward moving progress. So enjoy what I have for you, and I will see you tomorrow.